Hello, welcome to the channel. I'm Andrew. I'm a nascent rider from Brisbane. I'm just chronicling my journey as a rider, and well, it's been a while since I've given an update. Last I did it, I can't even remember, but yeah, I finished a manuscript and I sent that off to the Queensland Writer Centre publishable program. I haven't got feedback for that yet, but I didn't get through to the short or long listings. It needs a lot of work, um, and yeah, a bit. I don't know. It's been a bit of a up and down journey at the moment. Whether the questioning the whole purpose of everything, but that's the whole point of being a writer, I guess. Whether you sold a million things or can barely get 10 people to read your free thing on Royal Road, which reminds me, I've been writing a novella on the side. I've been publishing a chapter a week on there. It's a bit of a light-hearted fantasy. Um, yeah, just something different, just to pass the time. So, yeah, I'm going to get feedback for my manuscripts at the end of September. Um, with that Queensland Writers Centre course, you pay a little bit extra and you can get um, uh, yeah, basically a half-hour feedback session from the centre, from someone, an editor or someone at the centre, to go through your manuscript and tell you where you jerked it. So yeah, looking forward to that. Trying to figure out what I need to do to get better, which is the whole point, I guess, of it. You're right to get. Well, I write to try and get better communicating and whatnot, and just writing down the benches and getting these silly ideas out of my head. But yeah, so that's about it. I don't have too much else to report. I don't know what else to say, but I don't know. How about a bit of a book recommendation? So I've um, I've been reading the Chronicles of the Black Company. Um, so I've read The Black Company and Shadows Linger. And first of all, I just got to say this is uh, what's considered, like, I guess, the origins of grimdark when it came out in like 84 or 85. I can't remember, but yeah, I'm a big, as a side note, a big Steven Erickson fan, as you can probably tell behind me. But and in plenty of interviews of his, he said that one of his biggest inspirations, I guess, was Glen Cook and the Black Company, and how he described it, very different from regular fantasies, and that sort of stuck out at me. I thought, all right, well, I'll go check it out, and Amazon Prime, I think it was like $15 to get the three novels in one complete book. I was like, all right, I'll check it out, and yeah, it is brilliant, but it is brutal. On a scale of 1 to Blood Meridian, I'd say it's about a 7. Um, it it Yeah, you can definitely tell the influence there of in the Malazan world, especially how the story of, from the point of view of the common soldier, and even down to like the sort of names the soldiers have and their interactions and whatnot. And to be honest, like back in the day, I was in the Army Reserve for a cup of coffee, and even in that environment in the Army, like you come up with nicknames and whatnot for the people in the, in your platoon or whatever. And yeah, I remember one guy who he just sweated profusely, so everyone just called him Turbo. I can't remember the guy's real name now, but I just remember the name Turbo, and it sort of had funny flashbacks to the interactions between the soldiers, and in this, yeah, there is very much that camaraderie between the soldiers, but in a brutal environment, and it yeah, I'm a bit lost for words. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but it isn't for the faint of heart. Um, but it does bring in a question like questions of morality and it's not so much like good or evil. It's I guess what's the lesser evil in this world where it's just where the black company's been hired by um, the lady, the evil ruler of that continent, and they're in her service, and the characters in it's just I can't even describe. I struggle to speak, so I get multiple thoughts running through my head at the same time. So bear with me for a moment because I don't write anything down. I don't write a script. I just speaking from what from I guess the what's left of my heart. But I quite enjoyed this book, and just the characters of the lady and the 10 that were taken, who are her subordinates, and the interaction between that the politics between them and the lady and between each other, and then the black company below. And it sort of reminds me of like real world, like uh, different dictatorships and evil regimes where they have the top person, and then you got the lieutenants or the people running different departments, all bickering, all fighting for the attention, or fighting to be on in the good graces of whoever's the top dog. And you've seen it all through history, and it really comes through in the Black Company as well. And yeah, the adventures that they go on and the moral questions that it raises, like the prose is really good. It's not flowery at all. It's like straight to the point. This is how short, sharp, brutal. But it is in the first person, and it is from the point of view of Croker. He's the company's physician, and he is responsible for recording the company's history. So the black company, is one of the last of the free companies in a certain region. It's just a mercenary company, and they're really steeped in tradition and honor. So they're paid to do a job, and they'll honor the contract. So, but at the same time, there's an undercurrent of like bit of brutality within the individual troops. So they're hardened, really hardened men, and they don't love each other, but they're a family, and that interaction between it really really well done. And so I recommend that book. And like I said, yeah, you can definitely see the influence that it's had on the Malazan world. And yeah, I can't recommend it enough. So, well, that's enough of me rambling. This is the best take out of 50 I've done. So, if you made it this far, apologies. But yeah, anyway, I better get back to trying to write, and see you next time.